Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to Eden run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Sunday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes, getting us closer to the like streak goal of doing the worst run of the Repentance era redo run as nominated by you all. A special thanks to everyone who did submit those nominations. Again, I will be posting the voting form sometime this week so you all can start voting on which one will be the one that we have as the ultimate worst run of the Repentance era, and then we're going to redo that run and see if it's just as bad as I remember or don't remember in most cases. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Thank you very much for making it happen, everybody. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by I'm probably gonna say this name way wrong. Kostavasi. Costas Vasi, it's something like that. On the Sinvicta subreddit, title thread was Sinvicta. It looks like roadkill. My brain. Elementary, my dear Watson. Instant Martians. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I know who that is. It looks like Looney Tunes, but I could be wrong. Thank you very much, Costavasi. It does. I will say that even though I don't know the character, it does represent it pretty accurately. It still looked like roadkill to me, though. I didn't even see a beak when I saw that monstrosity of a map from a couple days ago. We got the mark. I mean, I'll take it. 4-3 Delta 8 Victor Kilo Bravo X-Ray. We got good damage, good movement speed, but good God, this Tears Ray. We also have Curse of the Maze and Telepathy for Dummies, which is very, very good. So our starting stats are not terrible in terms of our damage. Now our DPS on the other hand is very bad due to our terrible Tears rate. 2.18 is it's not the end of the world, but it's also not great. Base Isaac stats start at 2.7 or 2.75 Tears rate, something like that. So almost 3 attacks per second. No, it's actually 2.5, I think. Something like that. I would love to get options. I am going to go ahead and nuke our donation machine. Wow. Nuke our donation machine. Make sure I don't walk over anything accidentally. Although I do kind of want this playing card. Let's stick to the plan here. Wooden Nickel might not be terrible. We can get access to this chest over here with the Mamba. But yeah, yesterday's episode, I definitely had to take a breather because I wasn't super nervous about getting sucked into the void like that, but I was not happy the fact that the game did that. The fact that another thing that was dangerous about yesterday's run is the fact that we went straight to Delirium, which for those of you who watch me, you know that is not a regular occurrence. Usually I end up having to do a full clear, Sinvicta navigation, all that kind of good stuff. And it was very clear that yesterday's run, while it was great, and we did get the dub, it was nerve-wracking, to say the least. We are going to have easily enough to go and get we could even get Wooden Nickel, which honestly I'm definitely down for, because I don't really care about the Telepathy for Dummies, to be honest. We just need to clear one more room and get one more penny, and then we're there. We also got not old Hushy, we got little Hushy. New Hushy. Unfortunately, little Hushy does not do any kind of firing or anything like that. He just deals pure contact damage. But the contact damage that little Hushy does do is pretty good. It was a 2 of diamonds. That's what I was pretty much figuring. It's going to be Ragman. This is where Telepathy for Dummies would be nice, especially against Orange Champion Ragman. But one bomb and do the trick. We get a shot speed and, more importantly, a range upgrade. And we will head on to Zound. Good start. We go on to last week's question of the episode. Ooh, there's a bona fide library. Right? Libary. Library. Sent in here by happy to be here 7828, who said, question of the day, how can we buff sacrifice rooms for characters that miss out? I was thinking the Lost could sacrifice Holy Mantle for the floor for some reward or something like that. Somebody suggested that all those characters store soul hearts. It was Ashoro who replied to that, who said all those characters should be able to store soul hearts to get used at sac rooms. I don't think that I think that would be a little bit much, because that pretty much means that they're going to have to change the function of a lot of different characters, and that will never happen. I mean, none of these changes that we propose in these sort of hypothetical situations are going to happen anyway, but it's fun to dream, right? But what I would do instead of there being a some kind of system to store excess hearts or something like that, to me the easier solution would be, okay, so sacrifice rooms for, like, say the Lost, for example. You're not going to take damage because that makes it totally useless, which is the entire point of this conversation. It would be something to the effect of some kind of portal or some kind of device or fire or, you know, whatever. We were here, game. This fire was not red, so I don't know how, unless if it somehow got a shot off in the split second of a frame, point blank. I don't understand how we took damage in this room. Anyway, what I would do instead of doing that, it would be having some kind of a void zone or something like that, which acts as the spikes in this scenario. For characters that cannot afford to take damage, you would instead be sacrificing. You would either be sacrificing a random stat or nothing. You basically pass the roll. It's like make it on like a 33% chance, or just keep the same percentages for sacrifice rooms. Except if you fail, actually no, you don't want to do that because no one would ever do that. Make it like a 30. Maybe like just make it 50-50. Just keep it simple. Make it to where you have a 50% chance to either lose a random stat or you gain the benefit of the item, or not the item, but the sack room. Just do something like that, like just something simple. I think that is it's equal amounts of reward and risk. Obviously, as the Lost, let's specifically talk about the Lost for a moment in this scenario. Specifically for the Lost, you wouldn't want to lose any stats at all. I mean, you don't want to lose stats on any character. By the way, I didn't use the 2 of diamonds because we just don't have enough. Even if we got to 30 cents, there's nothing in the shop that's really worth buying here that would warrant me sacrificing potential future financial gain by simply saying, oh, we need 30 cents. Now look, we're back to 15 and now we can't double any more money. It just didn't make any sense. No pun intended. But yeah, as any character, specifically as the Lost as well, you don't want to be losing stats. So there is a little bit of that same gambly risk-reward thing that we do with the Sack Room Shuffle, whereas, you know, we may not have the HP to give up to try to maybe get something, or we just sacrifice everything for basically nothing. You know, you can still progress the Sack Room Shuffle counter without having to worry about dying because you're running over spikes and stuff as a Lost. Same thing goes for, you know, Tainted Keeper, or you could even go so far as to think about like the regular Lost. All those scenarios wouldn't require a total overhaul on how you store soul hearts and how that works. An HP upgrade, and we do have enough to at least get an extra W item here if we're lucky. We're not. I mean, the dice bag is nice and all, but I guess we can take it. We could take duality, but I'm not going to. Eternal D-Sizzle, huh? Okay, well, we might as well risk it because we don't need a range upgrade. And we get, hey, everybody. Get Conehead, which does give us a soul heart. That's better than a range upgrade. Still don't really have enough money for me to consider using the 2 of diamonds yet. I would start getting there if we get around 30 cents as a base value or more, and we're going to get there very quickly thanks to the wooden nickel. Dice bag is a trinket that's going to drop what we like to call glass die, as that is how they are referred to in Anti-Birth, and I think that's a very apt way of considering them. So the idea of like a glass die or like a glass card from Balatro is that you use it once and it breaks. That's it. So obviously it's a little bit different in Balatro, but still. Once you use it in Isaac, you can use it once and then it's gone forever until you get another one. So like right now we have the glass D8, which I'm not going to use, so we already went over that spiel. And the Magic Mush incident from a couple days ago. Don't think I forgot about that game. I may be recording this on a different day, but don't think I forgot about that. Still mad about it. Okay, so let's check out our item room here. We definitely could use some more damage. I'm stoked that we're almost Beelzebub transformation levels, though, because that means that we're going to get flying hopefully soon. 21 cents. It's getting to the point where I need to start considering using the 2 of diamonds that we've got, but not quite there yet. We get the D7, which would allow us to restart this room. And we get a chest after it. I mean, we might as well restart it again, right? We get an extra charge on the wooden nickel. We know that there's a chest that drops at the end of this room, so, or at least some kind of consumable. We got an extra key out of it, and I'm fine with that. A glass D-fizzle, which I'm not going to use, obviously. I like where this run's going. We're building something here. If we can get a nickel, I'll be happy. Good. Okay, so I'm going to use the 2 of diamonds now to go to 58 cents. We're going to take Tarot Cloth. Gives us a regular tower card. I'm not going to buy the sack. There's just no reason to. And then we get a glass D1 Hizzle, which I'm not going to use. For the aforementioned reasons of I don't want to reroll our stats. Glass D6 probably is not going to matter in this room. Get him, Hushy. Get him. Got him. Good job. If this is not leading to the boss, okay, I was going to say, I'm going to be real mad if we are not going directly to the boss here. And this scorpion looking... Actually, you know what? No, that, you know what it looks like? It kind of looks like Fido. Fido or Dashbun from Pokemon. Call him Dashbun. Just to make it, I don't know, put a funny accent on it. Yeah, have fun with this one, Mega Maw. Jerk. A range and a key upgrade. We did get a double deal, and yeah, we take both here. No doubt about it. Well, maybe a little bit of doubt about it. I'm still gonna do it though. Now we can go back and get the golden chest here. We do have to be careful, obviously. Of course. Of course, there was a range upgrade in there after we already said that we weren't gonna. Oh, the glass D6 will not matter in this room. Okay, we got to find the shop to get some HP here. We're playing a little loose here, but with flying, it's gonna help out immensely. D20. So I'm going back through my memory banks here. If I would have taken Ouija board first, we had 2 red hearts and 2.5 soul hearts. Or 3.5 soul hearts. I would have taken us down to 1 red heart. Yeah, we would have actually. I screwed myself out of 1 soul heart here. If I would have. Please hold. If I would have taken the Ouija board first and then Lord of the Pit, I would have still had 1.5 soul hearts here. Gotta be careful. We got another glass D Twizzle. Three Skull Monty could potentially give us a soul heart here. Be careful of the flies, though. I mean, the same thing goes for the slot machine. Okay, Eternal D-Sizzle here. We do get an HP upgrade, which I am just going to take here. But now we got to fight for it, though. So we're still not out of the woods yet in the boss trap room. With mediocre damage, I would say. Try to get out of the danger zone here. I don't know how Little Hushy's not hitting deep right there. There we go. Okay, we can breathe a little bit easier, but we're still not out of the woods yet. Oh man, we are piling up the cash. That wooden nickel. Gotta say, that was probably one of the smartest plays that we made on this run so far, was to take the wooden nickel over whatever else we had. It was Lovely for Dummies. An early game economy really opens up the game to a world of possibilities for you. Obviously, we go for the Soul Heart here. Booster pack with Tarot Cloth might potentially be huge. Yeah, there it is. Hierophant cards give us 3. I love it. Deal of 4chan we don't care about. Ace of Spades to the moon. Okay, so I believe that I thought that there was some kind of interaction with the moon card and Tarot Cloth. I guess I was incorrect. Did have a glass D Whizzle there for a second. Now we can go into, and we should go into, the cursed room, and then use the moon card to get out of there for free. So we have flying. It's only going to cost us half of a heart to do so. And I've failed miserably. I think the secret room's there. Okay, well, I did that just to prove it to myself. Obviously, we're about to go in the secret room anyway, so. Ooh. I will take the black rune. But then we lose the half heart, man. The moon. Wait a second now. We get a glass D Twizzle up in here. That's going to re-roll the rocks, potentially giving us more HP. No. We're not that lucky. Okay. Well, we are going to lose that half heart, and that's fine. At least we have the black rune to slurp up either the item room or the boss room item that we don't like. If we don't like it, that is. You couldn't pay me enough to use a glass D8 in this scenario. It is nice to have that option, but D8, how far we've fallen. I'm not going to void. I don't want to void Splunker Helm there, because this gives us somewhat of a pseudo mapping ability, so which is obviously going to help us out in the late game. And another glass D12 in here. We could just re-roll these pots and maybe get a tinted rock. Oh, we got poop and a pot. My favorite retro 70s cover band, by the way. Super Secret Room we've already been to. And we also have Splunker Helm, so I don't know what my brain was thinking there. Instantly forgot that we took Splunker Helm. Tears up. We do get another devil deal. Well, I say that loosely, of course. I think the head of Krampus is a perfect slurping target here. We could also just swap out the head of Krampus for wooden nickel, but wooden nickel has been so good to us. We get another tears upgrade and a shot speed. Nice. Thank you, Matthias. And we immediately get Curse of the Lost after getting some form of mapping. So that's just how Isaac do. And having flying and spectral tears is such a big boost to our survivability. And I mean, the dice bag, it is nice if we need to have an emergency exit button. If we end up getting to the point where it's like, look, it's either we re-roll and take our chances or die, then it's nice to have the glass D4 and the glass D1 Hizzle to help us out. Potentially help us out. Doesn't always help us out, but potentially. A little Brimmy here. We could have gotten Beelzebub. There's no reason at this point. D Twanky. And yep. First rooms, everybody. D10, which won't work on Eden. By Eden, I mean Lust. It won't work on Lust. Glad it doesn't work on Eden. That'd be very weird. He accidentally used a D10 on on Isaac, and the game's like, "Are you sure? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and take away some items for you." I'm gonna drop my dice bag and just clone it real quick with the D1 just to see what other trinket we get. It was worth a shot. No. All right. There's the entire whatever section of the map we're on. This floor here, everybody. Did it. High five. Thank you very much. Now let's go to the real side of the map. He may have had a chance for boss rush. May have had a chance. But that chance is long gone at this point. Secret room is there. I just shot it away like a dummy. We do have enough bombs to bomb for the devil deal here. Again, our economy, as to be expected, is very, very strong. The wooden nickel. We can get in the shop for free with a bomb or use a key. Since we have more bombs than keys in this scenario, I'm just going to use a key. It always kind of dictates whichever way we go to the shop, either via bomb or by a key, depending on which one I have the least of or the most of. I have to be a pessimist about it. Usually there's a tinted rock in this room, but this time there's not. I'm not entirely easy about our current HP scenario here. But our movement speed is adequate enough to work with. Okay. Those are gonna be the sisters. I did hear that we got a dice in here. It's gonna be the defizzle. No, thank you. Kind of DPSing him. Both of them down at the same time. I don't know how we didn't take a damage. We didn't take any damage over there. Marbles. And we do get a very, very needed Eternal Heart. We get Child's Drawing, which is technically a guppy item. I guess. Okay, world card. Party time. Excellent. World card. World card. Party time. Excellent. I don't know where I started saying that the Wayne's World theme for. Okay, alright, we got our second guppy item, I'm just saying. And we gotta go for it now, right? Okay. Oh, thank you, Placenta. Appreciate that. Didn't have to do that, but thank you. Adrenaline. If you're wondering how we took a free hit or free tap against the Demon Judgment there, It was from Conehead. Conehead will periodically stop all damage, which is always a surprise, but a nice one whenever it happens. Unexpected one. Original D-Bizzle or Book of Secrets. Gonna go for Book of Secrets just to give us actual mapping. And we have now most likely guaranteed a Curse of the Lost on the next floor. This is actually one of the more annoying rooms in Isaac. That we could get a double HP upgrade here, but let's find the Fool card and get out so we can use the Polaroid to tap that Demon Judgment, and then we'll evaluate whether or not A, we get a Devil Deal to get rid of these two Red Heart containers, or B, where's the Spike Rock? B, we can use the Potato Peeler and get rid of them that way. The whole point is, of course, to get down to Polaroid invincibility. Oh yeah, I paid out with Adrenaline. Never mind. I'll just ignore all that spiel then. Judge lest ye be judged. Oh, if only people listen to the advice of sage wisdom of a Binding of Isaac tarot card. Thin rock right here. I thought that rock looked strange. Stay in the middle of the room here. Don't worry about moving too much. Again, the concept I talked about a long time ago is the more movement you perform in Isaac, the more chances you are of leaving yourself open to getting damage. Go. There's a 68% Devil Deal, which I pretty much expected. We'll head on down. Curse of Darkness, not quite Curse of the Lost. So, judging from Spelunker's Helm, we can go in any direction right now. Well, actually, no, we can't. South is the only dead end, for sure. Okay, this was the right way to go. But now, with the Book of Secrets, we can at least see the map, and that's going to be pretty big. Okay, so north is still a possibility here. Yeah, this is the right way to go. Then we can go over Meow. I think there was a Tinted Rock in that last room. I got to go look at it again. Curse of Darkness being a little annoying. Actually, it's always annoying, but rarely is it ever dangerous. Nope. It was not a Tinted Rock. I thought it was. Okay, so we got to go all the way around, it looks like. Book of Secrets at least showing us where the secret rooms are. Actually, no, I take that back. It was Spelunker's Helm showing us where the secret rooms are, because we are one room adjacent to where they are. It's such a great buff for Spelunker's Helm, too. Spelunker's Helm, it's always been a very useful and good item. I don't know why I did that. We're already maxed out for our possibilities here. I also don't know why I went in here. Well, this is me secretly hoping and praying that super secret rooms are actually going to be useful. But we've got the range thanks to our shot speed and a little Brimmy, of course, so. One more in here. Another one? And let's see if it's actually useful or not. Oh. Oh, there might be a Demon Judgment. Okay, there's a Demon Judgment. We got the Polaroid. This should take us down easily for a payout here. The Hierophant card. Let's go. Zombolus, please tell me why this is necessary. I get that the room determines the type of hearts that you get, but if we spawn it from a Hierophant card, it should be just give us the soul hearts. Why adhere to the room that we're in when it came from a tarot card? We're gonna hold on to the Book of Secrets. Did get Gimpy, and we're also gonna get Mr. Dolly. Maxes out our tears rate. The reason why we were able to break the tears cap was from that black rune, if you recall, that we took so long ago. Only a 4-drop here for Triachnid. Oh, we did another one. Usually it's 5. Another HP upgrade here, and that is Guppy. Big time plays, and Leviathan transformation too. Mama. Now we use the Book of Secrets, and we get the map. That's all we need to see. A good start to the new week here, I would say. Something absolutely ridiculous happens. Got ourselves some Guppy. The flying cat. You all would be proud of me. I did so for Lorcana, the Disney trading card game, there's casual nights over at the game shop. There's actual like tournaments that are run over there, and then there's a non-shop sponsored but get together of some of the Lorcana players. They go over to someone's house, and then it's a big game night basically. And the house that it's actually held at, the house that has not 1, not 2, not even 3 or 4, but 6 cats. 6 dang cats in this one house. Now, luckily, the house is a very nice, well-kept, and very clean house. But, man, when I say there was cats everywhere, I mean there were cats everywhere, brother. Luckily, the cats were cool. They didn't, like, mess with people. They didn't immediately... They weren't, like, jerks or, like, run up to you and start rubbing all over you and stuff. At least not me, anyway, thankfully. And I was so surprised because most of the time when I'm around new cats, they instantly fall in love with me, and I don't know why. Yeah, we can get a second chest. We can get ourselves... Actually, we can get our Eden token back. There's also a soul heart. We can get a second Eden token that will put us back to 300. We fell down to 290. Not, of course, again, not that Eden tokens matter anyway, but we can go back to the even 300. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my Eden token back. But most of the time, cats instantly fall in love with me because they know that I'm not trying to give them attention, and they know that I don't like them. And that is very attractive to cats, apparently. Anyway, but I was surprised for the first time ever. I was in a. By the way, we got totally denied of a boss trap room there because of there being a greed fight. If there wasn't a greed fight in that secret room, we could have bombed our way into the boss trap room. So it's very BM trick there, game. Anyway, it's for the first time ever I was in a house that had nothing but cats in it, and my allergies didn't go insane. They were bothering me a little bit, but it was nothing compared to the past. Like I thought that this was the first. I thought this was going to be the first and only time I ever went to the Lorcana meetup get together, game night over here. And it's hosted by lovely people, very awesome people run the the off-site Lorcana game night stuff, and it's great. They're awesome. But if my allergies were not able to handle being over there surrounded, and by the way, I knew that it wasn't a surprise to me that there was cats, by the way. I just want to point that out. I wasn't ambushed by 6 cats. They very quickly informed me that they have a bunch of cats because they knew about my cat allergies. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, I didn't have any problems whatsoever being around the cats, and they're cool cats at least, and I appreciated that. But I've met some jerk cats, man, and those are my least favorite cats. Almost up there with the type of cat that is the one that's too friendly. They just jump all over you and rub their faces on you just because they want attention, and you're not giving it to them, and they end up loving you anyway because they know you don't like cats. And I was proud of myself. I did end up going undefeated for game night in Lorcana, so I'm still improving, and that's what matters. Now, I don't know if I'll ever go to play in like a competition or anything. It would be cool to see how far I could get in like a major Lorcana event, but we just had the newest set, Shimmering Skies, drop on Friday. So, and for those of you who don't know what that means that all previous decks are changing. So anything that was good about your deck is probably not going to remain good, or at least at the very least stay the same as it was before the new set. So it's a big deal. So we're still trying to figure out new decks and everything, and I've got a couple ideas. But all that being said, I do have a little bit of a setup now for Twitch, to where I have the ability to do live Lorcana games on Twitch. And I'm trying to get players together on the Discord who are trusted members of the Mosh Pit who also like playing Lorcana and doing, maybe one day doing like a live tournament. I think that'd be fun, like a community tournament. It's the stuff that I've been talking about since starting playing a couple months ago. Didn't even see what hit us there. I also started playing the One Piece trading card game, and it's bad timing to learn another TCG just because I just started getting into Lorcana. But I would say, by comparison, the One Piece TCG might even be simpler than Lorcana TCG, which is not something that I expected, because you see, whenever I see like the anime trading card games, I assume that they're super complicated with really annoying mechanics. I basically liken it to like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! There's just way too many things to read on the cards. The cards are too small, and the game is just, it's like waiting for people to read an entire novel before they finally make one turn. It's like, brother, it is turn 2. You're sitting here talking about Pot of Greed and all kinds of triggers and trap cards, and nah, get out of my face with that. I just want to play the game. Like, I forfeit. Let me go play something else. It's another reason why I stopped playing Magic. And One Piece is very similar to Lorcana in simplicity, and it's interesting. It really is interesting. It's played very much like Commander from Magic the Gathering, except this is the only, like, the standard mode. I just don't know. I know Jack Taco about the anime. I just know that it's a very long anime, and the main guy's name is Monkey D. Luffy or something like that. I always thought his name was Luffy, but apparently it's Luffy. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So if anyone out there in the Mosh Pit is a One Piece TCG nerd out there, give me some pointers, give me some tips. I have no idea what makes a good deck yet, and I haven't gotten to the point of net decking yet, but I'm thinking about it. All right, Stars card, do us proud now. You have a chance to be the ultimate Chad. Take us to the boss room. Yeah. Okay, it might be the right way to go over to the west. No keys, because I totally forgot that we picked up Guppy's tail, and I was just opening up golden chests just flippantly, without care. Recklessly, I think is probably the best way to say that. Not that it's a big deal, of course. I mean, our stats here are not great, but what's giving us this sort of dominant win condition is Guppy. Being Guppy is everything here. Like if you look at our damage and our stats and everything, it's not impressive. Our tears rate's nice. Nice that we hit the 5.5 cap on the tears thanks to that black rune. But we really haven't done too much in terms of stat increases other than tears. But sometimes it's all you need. Quantity over quality of your damage. As long as you have some way of dishing out the damage in a very easy fashion that can keep you safe at far distances, and you can still dish out good amounts of damage with the flies, then you're golden. It doesn't really matter too much what your damage stat says. That was today. So have a great start to your week, everyone. Thank you for submitting the nominations. Again, I will be posting a community post as well as a Discord post to let everybody know when you can vote on the most popular nominations for the worst run of the Repentance era for the redo run. And make sure, if you want to see that run happen sooner than later, click the like button, get this video over 3,000 likes, surprise the algorithm on a Sunday, and click the like button. It's the easiest way to do so. Let's get this video to 3,000 likes and show the algorithm that the Mosh Pit is not affected by Sundays. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a great start to your week, everyone. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like and thanks to pages of mine like Nicholas, Wyatt Sipes, and Mr. Meatfoot. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.